Right, so vlog number two. Um, I finally uploaded vlog number one. I now have newfound respect for anyone who vlogs with the amount of time it takes to kind of process videos if you do any kind of editing, and then the amount of time it takes to upload. I never realised. I never quite realised. Bad, bad people. Hmm. And I have a newfound respect in general for vloggers, just for the amount of time they spend talking to the camera because it's harder than it looks just to fill 10 minutes with video. I never quite realised that. I don't know if I'm ever going to be good at it, but people like Sips and Shin who just fill videos after videos with just chat. I don't know how they do it. They're wizards of some sort. They just always know what to talk about. Um, the lights are all on, by the way, because it's about, what time is it? It's only 1 o'clock and it's miserable outside and it's dark. Also, if you hear snoring, that's my dog lying in the corner somewhere. So that's that. Um, yeah, people doing vlogs who talk to the camera and open up. I'm I have a newfound respect for them just because it's so difficult and um, something that I've never been good at is opening up, talking about my feelings and the way I'm thinking and stuff. And I guess part of what they do is, they talk to the camera about their inner feelings, and I'm going to, try and do that. But we'll see how it goes. Um, but yeah, I'm just really impressed with that. Really impressed with the amount of time they put into kind of doing vlogs and stuff, and talking to the camera about that day. You always look at it and go, yeah, that's really cool. That looks straightforward. It's harder than it looks, having done it now. But yeah, so this may be vlog number two, but it's certainly not week number two. This is more like week number three because yeah, it took a long time, and I'm also slightly self-conscious doing this still. So it's good when the house is empty and I can talk to the camera and not feel like a weirdo or be paranoid that someone's going to come in and go, "Are you talking to me? Do you want to talk? No, yeah." So yeah, I'm not talking about that. So what have I done in 2 weeks? Two films. Seen Thor 2 and Ender's Game. Thor 2's good. As good as the first one. I know the first one was hit and miss for some people, but I kind of enjoyed the second one. It's a standard affair comic book romp, basically. So if you enjoy any of the Avengers or any kind of superhero film, it's good. Lots of nice CG, lots of spectacular action. Thor's kind of got that same kind of humor in the first one. In the kind of, I'll give you a slight spoiler example. Thor is in London. He's in a flat. When he arrives, he hangs his hammer up on the coat hooks. That kind of thing of humor. It's very kind of, it's not subtle as such, but it's very kind of nice. It's not as Iron Man 3 quick kind of backwards and forwards snarky comment type of humor. So it's smart. It's visual humor in a way. So that's good. And Ender's Game I enjoyed. A bit like the Hunger Games film. It feels like a solid adaptation of the book. There are obviously factors in it that the problem that you get with most books to films is books have lots of time to tell the story, and going from week one to week two to week three in a book is very easy. It's more difficult to convey that in a film, and it's the Hunger Games are all right because there's not a lot of time sequences. Books like Twilight, dare I say it, there's a lot of time that goes on in that book, and it feels kind of a bit like, oh right, instantly she's gone from this guy's creepy to I love this guy, and you know internal monologues and time passing are difficult things to do in film. So that's, I think, what the film's missing. So you don't quite get the amount of time that goes into it, the amount of training and battling he does, so that he doesn't come across as worn down when we get to the one of the final sequences. For anyone who hasn't seen it, but yeah, I think it's solid. It's it's not going to be a classic film, but it's it's a good it's a good interpretation of the book. If you haven't read the book, go read the book. Done a bit of gym exercise, just a bit, just swimming once, twice. So I kind of want to get that into my routine, but I don't know how. I've started looking for work locally on a temporary part-time basis. I don't know how you write a letter to someone and kind of go, yeah, I don't really want to work here. I want to work in London, but could you give me some kind of part-time work, temporary work? I'm never going to be a part of your office. I'm never really going to get it, but just in case, do you want to employ me for a bit? Do you want to, give me 2 days a week just in case you need me? It's a difficult letter to write, so I've started compiling a list, and I've sent out one or two of those at the minute. Still sent out one or two other applications, which I'm hoping to hear back from. And I have a list on my computer as ever to apply to, which is always something I'm bad at. I'm always bad at getting through my to-do list. I'm one of these people, when I'm engaged in something, that's it, I'm committed, So I'm playing a game, I'll sit there for, hours playing it. I'm on a university degree course, right, I'm focused on this is what I'm doing. I'm, out having fun. I'm focused. I'm a very focused person. What's more difficult for me is to kind of go, right, I now have to start focusing on that. And I'm not very good at kind of sitting down and going, right, I've got to apply to all these firms. Right, if I sat down, put my mind to it, writing all these letters would probably take 2 hours. But I sit down and I get up my letter template and I start typing, and it's like, right, a cup of tea. Right, come back. Oh, YouTube video. Oh, come back. I'm never very good at kind of getting into that focused flow, which is bad in a way. But like I say, when I'm focused on something and when I'm there doing it, I'd imagine in a job, hoping a job, I'm much better at kind of going, right, this is what I need to do. Let's get on with it. I'll worry about other stuff later, kind of thing. So stuff gets left for weeks and weeks and weeks, and stuff that I really don't need to focus on gets done. I did a CV for a friend that, yeah, I really shouldn't have been doing just because I have other stuff to do. But, I wanted to do it. I sat down to do it, and I basically spent all day doing it. And it, hope it's a good job. Hope they like it. Which was cool. And it was, using software skills and using things that I'm worried I'm getting rusty at. And yeah, just a lot of sitting around and kind of going, am I any good? Am I forgetting everything I had? And someone employ me? Why aren't I getting employed? All this kind of, self-loathing, self-pitying kind of rubbish that, people who are looking for work and can't find work get. And it's getting more and more to the point where it's like, well, why am I still applying for these jobs? Why aren't I just settling for volunteer work locally or working in Tesco's or something? And I don't know. I'm kind of in this horrible limbo state of, well, I can't commit to that until I know what I'm doing next. Things like joining a gym. I don't want to commit to joining a gym which has a 6-month contract if I might be in London working in 2 months and I've wasted money. And likewise, I don't want to volunteer somewhere locally and then disappear next week because I'm doing this or that. I don't know. That's probably not a very productive way of going about things. People will have help for whatever they want or work for however long people can. But again, as soon as I start committing to things, I'm committing to things, and then it's more difficult to kind of uncommit to them in a way. So we'll see. Right, that's my phone telling me that someone has probably replied to something or other on somewhere or some other piece of junk. I'm quite impressed. I've managed to make a 10-minute video. That's what I set out to do with the first one, and I failed miserably. And this one I'm doing a lot better. Maybe it's just because I've rambled a bit more and tried to be a little bit less structured and a bit less kind of focused. I wanted to say. So 10 minutes is going to be my target, I think. and I'm going to try and upload this and get this up for the week. Wednesday's going to try and be my recording day. Yeah, so vlog 2 kind of done.